Hi, I'm Shan, and I am your physical therapist assistant student today. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming in. For verification purposes, can I have your name and your birthday?
Dennis Smith, January 26, 1968.
All right, great. I see that you fell on your right hand and broke your wrist, your radius there, and it's been casted for 6 weeks, and you just got that off, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be working with you today because you don't have all your range of motion yet, and your muscle strength is a little less than optimal. So we're going to try to increase those things. I do understand, though, too, that you do have some swelling, which is completely normal after you've had an injury like that and been casted. So, yeah, those are the things we're going to work on. We're going to work on decreasing that inflammation. The best thing for that's going to be ice and rest. And then I think the doctor gave you that glove, that compression glove.
Yes,
that's definitely going to help for your decrease the swelling, and just use that as he has told you to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some stretching and some range of motion, just trying to get those joints back to their full function, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So the first thing we're going to do is what we call active range of motion. So what that means is that you are going to actually do the moving. Passive range is if I would do that for you.
Okay.
So this is something that you're going to do, and since your elbow and stuff doesn't really straighten all the way and your wrist is real stiff and swollen, we're going to work on this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to have you do is just make your arm go out, and if you want, you can keep it on your knee, but you can just leave it out here if you want. Keep that elbow kind of close to you because we're working at your wrist joint right now. So the first thing we're going to do is just really gently stretch your wrist. So I'm going to have you just as far as you can bend your wrist so your fingers are pointing down. No, just do it before.
Oh.
So go ahead and just do that as far
as I can go.
Okay, and then I'm going to have you put your other hand on the palm here, and I'm just going to have you put a little overpressure on that.
Okay.
Because see how much more movement I have in my wrist? We're going to get you back to your normal function. Okay. So I want you just to hold that for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and rest. And then go ahead and do it again. And we're going to have you just do that. When you do these at home, you're going to do these for 5 times, holding those for 5 seconds. Okay, so that's the first one.
Okay.
The second one, we're going to turn your palm so it's facing down. Okay, I know that's a little tough. Go ahead and point your fingers down as much as you can. Okay, so once you get to that end part, then put a little overpressure and count to 5.
3, 4, 5.
Okay, so make sure we do it really slow, okay? And rest. And then do that again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. The next movement is we're bringing your thumb. So you're keeping the back of your hand completely straight with your forearm, and you're just moving at the wrist this way, correct? So you're going to do as much as you can, bringing your thumb in, and then you're going to hold with the overpressure. You're going to put your other hand right here, and you're going to give you a little overpressure and hold that and count to 5. So I know that you know how.
3, 4, 5.
Good, and we're going to do all of these 5 times for 5 seconds. Okay. And then the last one is the same, keeping this all straight, but just having your wrist angled this way, towards your pinky. And then your overpressure is going to come here from like inside where your thumb, that little web space, and then hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Great, so you did great with those. The next one that we're going to do is, I guess you're having a little problem with your elbow. You can't quite straighten it all the way yet.
Right.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is go ahead and kind of get in a position. I mean, This table really does need to be higher. So we're just going to pretend it's higher. But in the clinic setting, you would be on a much smaller chair.
What's that?
Okay, great. And go ahead and just rest your elbow on the table. And then what we're going to do is just put that towel roll there. And we have this one weight.
The weight.
Yeah, 1 pound. Wait, can you get that over there for me? There you go.
There. Okay.
All right. There you go. That's a little bit handicapped too there. So go ahead and get your elbow on the table, good. And we're going to move that back there. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to have you sit back and relax and just kind of let that weight bring your elbow down. Okay. Now it's very important you don't put the weight in your hand because we don't want that weight in where your wrist is. We're working on your elbow extension.
Try to help extend the elbow.
Yes, so and that exercise there, we're gonna just have you do that for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so you can watch TV or whatever. You understand that one?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, and then another one we're gonna do is go ahead and just keep your elbow down there. And since you can't bend it all the way straight, you're going to let me do it. All right. And I mean, we've got to keep this pain free. So stretching can be uncomfortable, but if it goes into pain, then we have to stop. Okay. So I am literally going to stretch this part of your arm. You're going to feel it up in your biceps and maybe even down here a little bit. So I'm going to hold and then.
Yeah, I can feel that pain.
Okay, well, if it's painful, we can't do it.
Stretching.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to the end. About there is all we get, right? Okay, now we're going to hold and count for 30 seconds. That's enough pressure then?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, and then we'll go 28, 29, 30. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do now is you're going to push up against my hand, almost like you're doing a bicep curl, but with half your strength, and you are going to count out loud with me for 6 seconds. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And then I'm going to get a little more. Did you see that? Okay, good. So we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 28, 29, 30, and we're going to do that again. Just about half your strength into my hand.
Push
count
up.
for 6. Yes.
Pull, whatever.
Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
and 6. Relax. Okay, and then I can move you a little bit more. And we're going to hold that for 30. 28, 29, 30. All right? Good. And the